Hey y'all, Zach here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what your close grip bench says about you, right? Pretty much, comparing you to the average population and kind of comparing it to your conventional bench press. Because fun fact, close grip bench is 75 to 90% of your conventional bench press. So if you are, the higher your close grip benching, the stronger you are on conventional. That's just how it works. So without further more ado, let's get straight into the video. Before we get into today's video though, I would like to quickly shout out my workout program. Again, this is a program I designed myself and it helped me get to a 405 bench, a 635-pound deadlift, and a soon to be 500-pound squat, all naturally. And again, all for the price of $5. All right, back to today's video. So 135. All right, 135 is, I'm going to assume you are still young, pretty young, but you're, pretty intermediate, especially if you are in high school. Like if you're repping or bench pressing 135, close grip, you've probably been training for quite a while. And again, I'm probably assuming you're a young adult too, just getting into the gym and you're like, okay, close grip isn't too bad. For close grip 135, expect your bench press, conventional bench press to be around these numbers, right? So about 180, 150 to 185. So again, you're pretty strong, especially if you're young and getting into the gym. I would say you're above average. All right, now 185. 185 close grip bench. Is pretty impressive, especially if you're still considering you're young. I want to assume if you're in high school, you're probably either a sophomore, senior, or junior. Obviously way advanced. If you're a freshman, you're very strong. Again, you probably do a lot of contact sports like football and you take strength training really seriously. I mean, even as a young adult male, this is still pretty impressive because 185, expect these numbers for your conventional bench press. You're in the 200s, right? And most adult males aren't bench pressing anything over 200 pounds. That's just facts. That's just the statistics, right? So that's 185. Getting into 200-pound close grip bench, right? So 200 pounds is very impressive. Again, close grip is when your hand placement is 10 to 14 inches apart versus your conventional where it's a lot wider because you're, having more front delt and pectoral muscles activated versus, your triceps and your upper chest. So if you're close gripping anything above 200 pounds, expect your bench press, your conventional bench press to be around these numbers. So again, you're pretty much a strength athlete, especially if this is something you hit continuously. I'm assuming you're an adult male because most males aren't hitting this, right? Especially around the general population. So consider yourself very strong. And again, these are your comparable conventional bench numbers if you're close gripping about 200 pounds. Getting into 225. 225 conventional bench press is very impressive because again, statistically speaking, most men aren't bench pressing 225 conventionally, right? So if you're close gripping 225, you've probably been training for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and assume you're either intermediate to very advanced, obviously depending on your body weight. Like if you're anything under 200 pounds, you're insanely strong. And again, these are your comparable conventional bench press numbers, which is about 250 to 275. So yeah, you're strong as hell. 275 plus, honestly. So now getting straight into 275. £275 close grip, again, is very, very advanced depending on your body weight. Like if you're anything under 200 pounds, this is just impressive as hell because comparable to your conventional bench press, your numbers are obviously in the 300s, low to mid 300s, especially if you're probably repping 275. Most people aren't even 225 aren't conventionally bench pressing 275 and you're close gripping it. So your triceps are probably one of the biggest, strongest points you have, especially if you're under 200 pounds. So that's 275. Getting into 300 pounds, 300 pounds close grip bench. 300 is very impressive. Again, most men aren't touching 300 plates conventionally in their lifetime and you're close gripping it. So triceps strong as hell. You're probably only really do arm days, you probably look really forward to your arm days. I know I started looking forward to my arm days after incorporating close grip bench. So again, if you're doing 300, that's insane. And these are what your conventional bench press numbers look like. You're in the mid to possibly high 300s. Again, close grip is 75 to 90% of your, your conventional bench press. So you're pretty fucking impressive, man. So keep doing what you're doing. Now, getting into 315 close grip bench. Dude, that's when you're just, you are now officially a strength athlete. I'm just assuming you take powerlifting or you take bodybuilding / powerlifting very seriously. You're either a power builder or you're just a strength athlete who, probably sees this more than a hobby than it is, something like a chore. Like it's more of a lifestyle to you, 315, even I, as, the person who's bench pressed 405, 315 has been pretty, difficult to master, especially when I got in the cut. 315 close grip was a grind. I mean, here's me close gripping 315, right? And again, here is your conventional bench press numbers if you can close grip 315. You are very strong. You're up in the 300s, like mid to high 300s for sure. So go ahead and pat yourself on the back. Most people, again, they're not touching 315 at all. Now getting to 365 close grip bench, bro. 365 close grip is just serious types of weight right here, right? Comparable to your conventional bench press numbers, it's about 405 to 480. I don't know about 480, that's pretty big stretch, but you are for sure in the low to mid 400s. I have a friend who close grips bench press 365, and he can bench press 405. He has bench press 405 with like an RP of 8. But he's never went more over because a lot of people, I don't know, the more weight you put on the bar, the more psyched out you get, right? And I've noticed that too. Every time I'm under, weight I've hit before, even though it's like 365 or anything like that, I still get nervous because at the end of the day, this weight can kill me, even though I've conquered it many times before. But again, if you're close grip benching 365, you're probably just a mass monster. All you do is eat. You have a strict diet, or if you don't have a strict diet, you probably just straight up eat like fucking 3 McDoubles, and then you just go work out right after and burn that shit off. So it doesn't really matter. Again, you're probably a power lifter. I'm assuming so. Now getting into 405 close grip, bro. 405. You're a demonic young man, bro. You are, I'm going to assume you've been training for years, quite literally years. Like you are dedicating time to close grip 405. This is what a conventional bench press is comparable to a 405 bench. That's some demonic shit, bro. I mean, it took me 2 years to hit 405, and that's the above average, right? Well above average. Most people who've been strength training for 10 to 15 years of their life, it took them that long to hit 405. And you're over here close grip benching 405. Your triceps are probably hanging off your damn bone. That's how impressive you are. Yeah, that's insane. I don't even know anyone who can really bench press 405 conventionally, and you're over here close gripping it. Go ahead and just lock yourself up, bro. But that's today's video. I don't want to go anything above 405 because at that point, I'm just immediately assuming you're blasting gear. But yeah, that's today's video. I 100% advocate for you guys, or 100% not advocate, that's the wrong word, but 100%, trying to persuade you to close grip. This is an amazing exercise when it comes to building strength and building size at the same time. It's what helped me, bounce back after my cut, and how I'm already at like a 370 to 375 bench. I will test out my conventional bench press this Saturday to see where I'm at right now, because I'm excited. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting fuller. I mean, the chest is already popping. I mean, look at the chests, bro. I can't wait. I'm excited. But yeah, that's today's video. Let me know if you guys, enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys.